Good evening, everybody. It's Storm here once again to bring you a gaming news roundup for the week of November 14th to the 20th. We got a small little bit of news, then we're going to go on to the big news that happened during the week. Without further ado, here we go. Our first bit of news that came out during the week was a statement from Cory Barlog, who is one of the heads of Santa Monica Studios for PlayStation Network. His statement has said Santa Monica Studio is currently spread out and on a lot of different things. This could be implied that they have a couple of IPs in the works. Because I saw reports said that Santa Monica Studios are currently at 400 employees, which is kind of surprising. Like they're working on something new, especially after launching God of War Ragnarok. But it's not overly surprising because you could definitely split up the team with that much people. And there was like rumors that Cory Barlog is working on like a sci-fi IP, since he was not the director for God of War Ragnarok. I believe he was the producer. He was helping it, but he was not like the head of God of War Ragnarok. So it's probably gonna be a while before we see anything new come out from Santa Monica Studios. I'd be surprised if something did. Alright, now on to our next one is Grand Blue Fantasy Fest 2022 and 2023. The people behind Grand Blue Fantasy will be having a presentation, and apparently Grand Blue Fantasy Relink will be there as a playable demo for the people. This game has been in the works for a while. They were originally working with Platinum Games, but then they then they split from Platinum Games and teamed up with somebody else. This game was gonna come out like last year, but unfortunately it was gonna come out this year, but then got unfortunately delayed into next year. So hopefully, I kind of have a feeling at the Game Awards we probably get the official release date, because last year they said it was going to come out winter of 2022 this year. So hopefully the work they put into it is in a better state. So I'm just currently waiting to get my hands on this game. Alright, now we're going to tackle the big news, some of the big news that came out this week. One of them is the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt next gen update have a confirmed release date. Yes, the Witcher 3 next gen update have a confirmed date for December 14th of this year. I believe that if you have the game, the update is free. So if that's the case, that's good for people that wants to replay the game again. For what I could tell from people, that The Witcher 3 went on consoles is not the best. It's more ideally to play on PC, of course. But for those who didn't try Witcher 3, me included, will get a chance to play at a better frame rate and whatsoever. Most likely we'll definitely see some comparisons from the PS4 and Xbox One version of The Witcher 3 to the next gen, and hopefully it's a big old improvement. I think the biggest improvement I need for The Witcher 3 when it comes to consoles is the frame rate. So yeah, congrats on CD Projekt Red. Hopefully they are working their hard to redeem themselves after the whole fiasco where it came with Cyberpunk. So fans are willing to give them, well, they still have fans, even the whole ordeal with CD Projekt Red. But um, the the hardcore who felt like they lied. Well, the higher ups definitely lied on how Cyberpunk performed on the older consoles. So baby steps to recovery to earn respect back in the industry, especially to those console players that feel like they got finessed. And we got a little bit of bad news for this one. The bad news that came out during the week was Dead Island 2 had been delayed again. Here is an official statement from the studio Deep Silver, who's worked on Dead Island 2. They said, "We have some important news to share, so let's rip that band-aid off straight away. We are delaying Dead Island 2. The new release date will be April 28, 2023. The irony of delaying Dead Island 2 is not lost on us, and we are as disappointed as you undoubtedly are. The delay is just 12 short weeks, and development is on the final straight now. We're going to take the time we need to make sure we can launch a game we're proud to launch for those of you who have been waiting for years. Thank you for hanging in there with us. In the meantime, we will be releasing an exciting new trailer and gameplay at the Dead Island 2 showcase, which will premiere on December 6th on our Twitch and YouTube channel, as well on the Dead Island website." So, basically, they're delaying the game to give them 12 more weeks to basically just probably just optimize and polish in the game, which is it's not a bad thing. It kind of feels like even when the game releases after that 12 weeks, there might still be a day one patch or something. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not the biggest fan when it comes to the Dead Island franchise, but I know I have a buddy that's definitely is, and I saw people say like this game had been in development for like 8 years or something like that. I don't believe it. I don't believe it was in development for 8 years exactly. There probably was at some point that they wasn't working on it, then pick it up. It's like the instance where it came to Final Fantasy Versus 13 that became Final Fantasy 15. It was in development for a point in time. It got canceled. That after a couple of years later, they decided to pick it back up again and redid the whole game what it originally was going to be. So it got a release date. It's kind of a bummer that it got delayed from its previous date, but if they're using this time to polish and optimize it, I'm like, hey, some people would say I'd rather have a delayed game that is polished than a broken game that's being rushed out. So, in my opinion, that's not always the case. Even though the game do get delayed and get paused, there's still something always broken in it. We have plenty of examples of those type of games. Alright, before I start rambling, alright, on to our next news. It is Square Enix have revealed the resolution and performance for each platform for Final Fantasy 15 Crisis Core Reunion. Yes, Final Fantasy Crisis Core Reunion will be available on the PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC, which will be available on Steam. As you can see from the images that it'll be 4K 60 on the PS5, 4K 30 on the PS4 Pro, 1080p 30 on the regular PS4, Series X 4K 60, Series S 1080p 60, Xbox One X 4K 30, One S for 1080p 30, Xbox One 1080p 30. Nintendo Switch TV mode will be 720 30, and handheld mode will also be 720 30. And Steam, you'll be able to customize it from 30, 60, and 120. And they also put up an update for there will be an update for the Xbox Series S that will be able to make it go 60 FPS, and they also have the what kind of basically what you'll be able to do with the PC, change the frame from 30 to 60 to 120, and yada yada. Basically, I'm a little bit surprised that the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X is not at 60 because they are capable of getting the game at 60. And the fact, well, I'm surprised, but at the same time, I'm not surprised when it comes to the Switch that 720p 30 on handheld and TV mode. I I thought that going TV mode would have boost something, at least make it like 1080p 30 or 720 60. But the fact is the same across the board when it comes to the Switch is kind of surprising, but maybe when it comes to Square Enix, because there excuse me, there were complaints about like the Kingdom Hearts games, like Kingdom Hearts one, I believe it's like 1.5 at 2.5. No, matter of fact, I think it's all the Kingdom Hearts games that are coming to the Switch is the cloud version. So I guess like uh I think when it comes to Square Enix, I believe I've seen some people said this before, like they don't want to decrease their game just for a platform. They want their game to be at the best it could be. That's my opinion on how I think Square Enix probably think. But I digress. Alright. On to our next one is Ubisoft have revealed some Splinter Cell remake early concept arts. Is the Splinter Cell have been heavily rumored for a very long time that it was coming back, and Ubisoft is finally making finally going to. I heard they said they were going to reboot the franchise, so that'll be an interesting take for the people that were fans of the Splinter Cell franchise. Me, I'm not really a big fan of the stealth gameplay as stealth games in general. So maybe when I see more of the game, it might pique my interest. Yeah, but yeah, the fans are gonna be happy when this game finally released. We'll probably get like a proper showing of the game at the Game Awards, because it's being said that there's like 50 plus games at the Game Awards to be shown off, and in my opinion, I'm hoping overall the show will be good and stuff, because we're not going to talk about Summer Game Fest. We're not going to talk about that. I do have some ideas of what games I would like to see at the Game Awards. Where I stand on it, I'm like 40% chance we'll see them. Just because. On to our next one is PS5 had an update that changed up the loadout on the Explore tab on the PlayStation UI menu. It's a small little update. To be honest, I didn't even notice it at first when I was on my PS5. But apparently the new changes off the bat that I saw was they now put in the Explore tab your friends list. They finally brought back the PlayStation trophy levels that the PS4 had, and basically you get your any news that you're following that will be right here. Will be on a small little corner of the screen. So yeah, I saw a lot of people was wanting the trophy level thing back. To be honest, I don't know why they removed it anyway at first, but yeah, it was a smaller update, and going for hopefully it's gonna be like a slow process of the PS5 UI evolving and stuff. So probably at some point they'll bring back the themes. Um, at the same time, I don't think we'll ever get back themes because when you highlight on a game, it gives you like a theme style background and stuff. But we'll see. It's just all about how to make it work on a PS5 UI, especially how it is. Like they just need to figure out how they can make it work. All right. Now on to our last bit of news of the night. Jeff Keighley, who is the host of the Game Awards, have revealed the games that have been nominated for the Game of the Year of 2022. And to be honest, some of the games I saw on this, I expected to see, and there's a game that I was surprised to see. It's not the best picture, but you can clearly see what are the games that have been nominated for the Game of the Year. For the Game of the Year, you have Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I'm surprised Stray is honestly on this list for the Game of the Year, but what people have told me, like, it's like a, what's the word I could use? It's like a mandatory type of thing to have at least one indie game nominated for the Game of the Year. It's like you need, like, you can have any nominations, but one of the nomination for the Game of the Year has to be at least one indie. And some people, as I saw some people make jokes, they needs to be at least one Nintendo game. But what I saw online, a lot of people were upset that some games that they were hoping to be nominated for the Game of the Year got snubbed. And me personally, my vote is for God of War Ragnarok. I beaten the story like last week, and today actually I platinumed the game, and yeah, I truly enjoyed the experience. It was definitely better than God of War 2018. And I'm curious to see where the story, what they gonna do with the franchise, because I'm not gonna tell you what happened at the end. Well, with that all being said, that's the end of the gaming news roundup. I am Storm. I'll catch you in the next video. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you guys later.